Hey, how's it going, guys? In this tutorial, we'll learn how to use Reddit's REST API in Python. Alright, so Reddit is probably one of the largest social network websites with more than 10,000 groups based on different interests or topics for questions and discussions. If you're watching this video, then more than likely you already know what Reddit is. So this is already a Python library called PRAW, which is a wrapper based on Reddit's REST API that simplifies some of the operations. But for me personally, I like to use REST API because it gives me full control of all the methods. And if something breaks or an API endpoint is updated, I can probably fix them right away. And with that being said, let's dive into the tutorial. Alright, so first thing we want to do here is we want to navigate to reddit.com/profs/apps. And this is the Reddit's developers page. Now on this page, we want to click on Are you a developer? Create an app, and click on this push button. Now we're going to create an app. Now I'm going to name my app. Let's call this JJ Reddit app. Actually, we cannot use Reddit in the app name. So I'm going to use JJ Reddit app. Then we need to choose the app type. It can be a web application, an installed app, or just a simple script. And I'm going to choose script because I'm going to use Reddit's app to perform some automation. Then here we can provide a description. And if you choose the app type as web app, they need to provide the about URL as well as the redirect URI. Now click on create app. And here looks like we need to provide a redirect URI. And for that, I'm going to insert HTTP /localhost. Then I'm going to provide a port number, and it can be anything. Now click on create app. Alright, so here, if we look at the app summary, here's the client ID or the app ID. Then we have the app secret or the client secret. Now we need to keep these two items somewhere safe. And I'm going to save that in my script just for demonstration. So I'll create two variables. I'll name this as client ID and the client secret. I also need to import my username and my password to my account. So I did create a Python script to store my credentials. So I'm going to take this module. I'm going to type import credential. Actually, from credential, I want to import my username variable and password variable. And that's everything we need for now to connect to Reddit's API. Alright, so first we need to import the requests library. And it's a third-party library. If you don't have the library installed, you can use the command pip install requests. Next, I'm going to import the requests.auth library. Now I need to make a request.auth object. And so here I'm going to insert the requests.auth. And from the requests.auth library, there's a function called http basic auth. And I want to provide the client ID and the client secret. Alright, so here means the nodes. Authenticate app. Reddit app. And I'll name the output as client auth. Next, I'm going to create a dictionary called post data. The post data is going to contain the username and the password, as well as the authentication type. So we need to specify the grants type. And because I'm going to log into my account by using a password, so I'm going to set this to password. Then I want to insert my username key, and it's going to be my account username, followed by a password. Next, I'm going to create headers. The headers dictionary is going to contain the information about the app. And we need to specify the user agent key. And here we can provide the information about the app itself. And I'm going to say this app is Reddit automation script. And it's going to be version 1.1 by J. Now we're ready to make the request code. Alright, so from the requests library, we want to make a post code. And we need to figure out the endpoint where we're going to make the request. Alright, so if you go to the documentation here, the documentation is a little bit confusing because you have so many different information on a single page. So here, I'm making a request code using OAuth 2.0 protocol. That means I'm going to first of all obtain an access token. And once I have the access token, I can provide the access token to a different endpoint to connect to Redis REST API. And it's basically a two-step process. Alright, so this is going to be getting token access ID. And the token access endpoint is going to be https www.reddit.com/API/v1/access token. Now going back to the post function, I'm going to provide the token access endpoint followed by my username and password to the data parameter, as well as the headers. And I'll name the output as AUTH. Alright, so here, let me go ahead and run this code block. Now if I print the AUTH option, oops, yeah, let me go back. And it's going to give me a response for 1. Let's take a look. And let me import my print function from the rich library. Alright, so let me print the status code. And here's giving me 401. Oh, it should be recent. Alright, so I'm getting unauthorized. And why is that? Let me take a look. Right, so I guess one reason could be because I cannot use Reddit in my user agent. Here, let's call this a Reddit automation script. Right, so I'm still getting unauthorized. Okay, so here let me pause the video and let me troubleshoot real quick and I'll come back. Alright, so the reason why my code is not working correctly is because here I made a mistake. And let me change the output as response. And here I forgot to provide my client auth object to the AUTH parameter. And it's the application credential. Alright, so if I run the code block again, and this time we have OK, and that means that we have officially connected to Redis REST API. Now we need to retrieve the access key. Alright, so here I'm going to change this to if response.status code is equals to 200. Then from the response.json output, here let me print the output for you so you can see what the output looks like. So from the output, we have access token, the token type, and the expiration time is going to be 1 hour. This number here means that after how many seconds the access is going to expire, and the scope type. And the wildcard indicates that the app has access to everything basically. Right, so inside the if condition, here I'm going to say if response.status code is 200, then I want to grab the token ID, and it's going to be response.json, and the key is going to be access token. Alright, so that's going to be step number 2, and here let me type step 2, and this will be step 1. Actually, this should be getting authentication information. And to perform any operation using Redis API, so here let me do a Google search on Redis API. And that will take us to here. I want to go to the documentation page. Okay, so if we go to reddit.com/dev/API, so on the left hand side are all the methods we can use. They're actually quite many, but in general, I only use maybe 20% of the methods. And some of the things that I use Redis API to perform on daily basis is such as to put the posts from a certain group. Every day I will go to Learn Python Redis group to see any new posts that I can use as my video topic. And let me show you how to retrieve this information as well. Alright, so this is going to be step number 3. Use Redis API to put information. Actually, let's do to perform operation. Alright, so if we want to retrieve all the posts, not all the posts, here. If we want to retrieve posts from a certain Redis group, we want to go to the Subreddit category. So here we have a list of options or list of things. And the method to use to retrieve the posts, let me take a look. It should be on the listings, not subreddits. Let me do a search. Listings. Okay, so it's right here. Alright, so if we look at the listings, here we can retrieve posts from a group by whether the posts category is the best, by ID. The top 3 types I use are hot, new, and top. Now let's learn how to retrieve the newest posts of a subreddit group. Alright, so here's the method type. So here we have the indicator R, represent the type, followed by the subreddit group's name, and it's going to be the parameter that I want to retrieve the posts by the newest posts. And as for the endpoint, right, so I don't see the endpoint list here. So to perform any operation, we want to use a different endpoint. Let's call this OAuth endpoint. And the address is going to be https://outh.reddit.com. Now let me navigate to Redis website. Alright, so let's say I want to retrieve the newest posts from Python's group. Alright, so here I'll grab the subreddit's name, Python. Then I want to make a GET request. So from request is .get. I want to insert the endpoint, followed by the type, which is going to be R. Basically, we want to take the print link, and we can just copy and paste actually. I think that'll be faster. And let me make 2 more copies. Alright, so here we can either change these to top to retrieve the top poses or the best poses. We also have a couple parameters that we can specify how we want to retrieve the records. So by default, we can only retrieve up to 100 records per page. And if we want to retrieve additional pages, then we need to specify after which post we want to retrieve the following additional records, and which I'll show you in this video as well. Alright, so here let me create a dictionary. Let's call this get primes. And I want to set my limit to 100 records per page. And what else do I need? Alright, so I think that should be it for now. Now let's call this response 2. Oh, we also need to construct a different headers. And let's call this headers 2. Actually, let me rename these to headers underscore get. Right, so inside the second headers object, we need to specify the user agent. And I can just copy and paste this one right here. I also need to specify the token access to the authorization key. And for the value, it's going to be bare space followed by the token ID. And to make the get request, so here I'm going to specify my headers as well as my parameters. So let me name these 2 primes underscore get. And I'll assign the object to the primes parameter. Alright, so let me go ahead and make the get request. Oh, I forgot to create my variables. Headers gets. Token ID is not created. Oh. Alright, so here let me try again. Alright, so if I print the response to object, and here we have the response code 200. Now if I print the JSON object, oh, this should be a response 2. Alright, so that'll give us the first 100 posts, the newest posts. And I'm going to save this to an object. I'll call this data. And if I print the key, we have 2 different keys, kind and data. Kind is basically the method type. And I want to retrieve the data. Alright, so again, it's going to return as a dictionary. And if I print the keys, oops, we have these following keys after distribution. I guess that's what it means. Right, so for these 3 keys, I don't think they are being used anymore. So currently, the keys that I found are still being used are after, children. So the children key will return the posts in a list. So I'm going to name this as posts. And I'm going to create my after key. And the before key. Alright, so let me go ahead and create these 3 objects. Now if I use the lim function to create the records count, and he will have 100 because in my parameter, I set the limit to 100 posts per page. And if I put in the after key, here's the key ID that we need to provide if we want to retrieve the next page. Alright, so if we want to retrieve the posts from the next page, basically we're going to perform the same operation, except that, oops, here not this one, except that in the parameters, we need to specify the after key. And it's going to be after key. And I'll copy this code block to here. And this time I'm going to set this to 5 results. Alright, so I'm going to run this code block. And I'll copy these 4 lines. And this will be response 3. Let me double check. Okay. Now if I rewrite these 4 objects, and this time if I print the before key and the after key, oops, oh, this should be after key and the before key. We now have a new set of after key. And I guess this is nothing to retrieve before this batch. So that's why the before key is not giving us anything. Right, so if I use the len function to print the posts option, and that should give me 5, which is 5 posts. Alright, so I guess this is going to be everything I'm going to cover in this video, just to show you how to get started with Redis API in Python. And for the next step, I'll recommend that you go to some of the methods that you're interested in to see how you can use Redis API to write some automations or to create a web application based on whatever you want to do with the API. And if you found this video useful, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.